Back in the studio. That's right, back in the studio. That makes me happy.
Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Today is, what is today? Today is Wednesday, September 11th, 2019. That's right. Today is Wednesday, September 11th, 2019. And what's crazy, seriously, what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Wednesday, September 11th, 2019. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most of this incredible day. Fair enough? Let's make the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Listen, man, I am back home. I got back home yesterday evening, right around dinner time, just in time to take my boy to football practice, which was awesome. My boy, he is actually helping lead the team over there on his first year ever playing flag football. And the little man reminds me of a little Drew Brees, man. He's just got the heart. He's got the passion. He's got the fire. He's got the wit. He's got the brain. He's not the biggest kid on the field, but he goes out there and gives it his all every single day. So I got to spend a little bit of time when I got back with them yesterday, which is great. It always feels great to be right back here in my studio. I stinking love my studio. So it's nice to be back here in the studio with you this morning. But I got to be honest with you. Even though I'm super pumped, don't get me wrong, I am super pumped to be here, super pumped to be back home, super pumped to be on this show with you this morning on hashtag Rise and Grind. I have to admit, dude, I'm tired. I'm tired. Like, I'm not physically tired. I got no problem with that. I understand my sleep cycles. I understand my energy levels. I'm a guy that's got plenty of energy, right? Kind of have to be if you're going to be an alarm clock every day at 5:30 a.m. But mentally, I'm spent, dude. Like, mentally, I am incredibly exhausted. Between just going to Atlanta for the last couple days, speaking to dealers in Atlanta, speaking not just from the stage, but having one-on-one little consultations with different dealers, because I'm putting together my 800% club. So I'm putting together 20 dealers that I'm going to work with in 2020 using technology, lowering cost, and being able to effectively help as many as humanly possible. So I'm working on that. We had the move, right? We just moved into a new house. So we were in the process of moving 3 days last week for the move, getting everybody situated, kids not wanting to sleep in their own beds. They're sleeping in our bed with me and my wife. I've actually only slept in my own personal bed 2 times in the last 9 or 10 days. So between the moving, and then of course I've got training with my amazing people over at Carter Myers Automotive and some other dealerships that I'm doing some training with. So I've got my normal training, I've got my coaching, I've got the 800% club that we're putting together. I've got the workshop that is coming next week. On Tuesday and Wednesday, I've got the workshop that I'm putting together, 6 75-minute training sessions that I have to have completely 100% mapped out so I can pour into those dealers on Wednesday and Tuesday. Then we've also got the launch that is coming 80 days from now. All right. We got a launch coming 80 days from now. A launch that, if you don't know, 80 days from now on Black Friday, I believe it's 80 days. I recounted this morning. But 80 days from now, we're going to launch what is the next level for hashtag Rise and Grind. It's an evolutionary step for hashtag Rise and Grind. It's a step that is going to make a global impact, and it is a step that involves you. Like, it involves you directly, and it involves you specifically. So we got the move, we've got Atlanta, we've got the training, we've got the workshop, we got the 800% club, we've got this launch that's going on 80 days from now. And then, of course, keep in mind, we've got our standard stuff. Like, I've got the normal stuff with the kids, I've got the normal stuff with the hashtag Rise and Grind group, I've got all my social media that I have to keep up with, I've got to sleep a little bit in there. I haven't been working out as consistently as I normally do, but I got to get my workouts in there. And then, of course, we've got our people, our family, and our loved ones like that we got to pour into. Like, for example, Jill McLean, who passed away on Saturday. Her family, they are having their services tonight and tomorrow in Indiana, tonight and tomorrow. And so thankfully, I have an opportunity to where I'm going to be able to get out there and pour into Derek and his family in their time of need. So all of these things going on at the same time, literally, like, it's just crazy. And so mentally, I'm spent. I told my wife this last night. I'm like, honey, I'm just mentally exhausted trying to keep up with these things. You know, and then, of course, you got bills you got to pay, and we got money that we got to generate, and we're running our own business. We've got all of these things. We got 4 kids that went to the doctor yesterday. We got 4 sick kids. It's like, holy smokes, man. So what do I do? And that's what I want to dive into with you this morning, because I know I'm not the only one. I'm not sitting here complaining. I know your life is just as crazy. I know you've got your stuff. And so I wanted to dive in today. What do we do when we're mentally exhausted, when there's just so much to keep track of? What do we do? We're going to dive into that here in just a second. But before we do, you know what we got to do? That's right, my friends. This is the part of the show. Let's dance. Let's do it. Let's dance. This is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button, because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all we got to do to change the way that people start their day is for you to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I want you to say good morning to me, and I'm going to say good morning to you. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. What's up, Jean-Paul? How you doing, Josh? Oh, Jeff Baker's in the house. Nathaniel Banks, Janelle Griego. What's up, Mike Higdon? How you doing, Sheila? What's up? Oh man, you guys are moving so fast in here. What's up, Melissa Young? How you doing, John Kaltenburn and Emily Goffler? What's up, my man Don Sankey? What's up, Liza Myers Borges, Brad Smith, Gail B. Craft, Jennifer Jaskell, and Bo Chapman? We got Danielle Rose up in here. Lisa Marie Kennedy. Hi, Lisa. It's so great to see you, Lisa. What's up, man? How you doing, Cindy? How you doing, Terry LaPierre? We got, who else? You guys are typing multiple times. What's up, Amy Myers and Whitney Wells? What's up, Ray Hatcher? Whitney Wells, LinkedIn, picking up. LinkedIn is starting to pick up and go on fire. Thank you for your help with that. What's up, Eric Willeroy? What's up, Tracy Shepard and Melvin Rodriguez? Rick Tamburino. Hi, Kim Wilson. Kim, I love your videos lately. I love your energy, your positivity. You're helping people with their health. You're helping people eat the right foods. You're motivating people. I love it. What's up, Carrie Lynn Carter? How you doing, Shauna Phillips? Everybody's up in here this morning on hashtag Rise and Grind. How you doing, Roberta? What's up, Sarah Ball, all the way across the pond? Mr. Jeremy Noling and Valerie Christine. Everybody's up in here. Can we hear that? Can we do it? There we go. That's what we needed, right? Just needed a little bit of that to get it going. Cool. Check this out.
I got to a point in my life where I got tired. So I'm getting on the plane, right? And I'm walking all the way to the back like I got to move so they can get to the bathroom. I'm saying to myself, like, why I gotta keep passing first class? Like, why can't I never sit in first class? Like, I'm not envious of nobody. I'm not jealous. Like, I'm not trying to be like nobody. I'm just like wondering, like, why I gotta keep passing first class? Like, what's gonna happen one day where I can sit in first class? Like, why am I not in first class? Like, why they put me all the way in the back? Like, why am I like got a 4-hour layover when they fly me from here to there to here to get back to here? I'm like, why I can't just fly straight? Why am I not in the 5-star hotel with the concierge? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't I get a concierge? Why can't I get the place with the bread? Like, why is his wife driving a European vehicle and my wife? I got tired. I said, one day I'm gonna fly first class. Let me tell y'all something. I ain't even like into that like y'all think, right? But I just love when my whole family, we all sitting in first class. And where I come from, we don't fly first class. Not my whole family flying first. They like, which, Mr. Thomas, this is the premiere. You might be in the net. I'm like, no, we in this section right here. I'm not like caught up into that kind of stuff. I'm grateful that my wife can finally sit in first class and get a meal. My children are in first class and this is not a standard. I'm grateful that my son is going to college and he doesn't have to take out a loan. I got tired. I got tired of being like giving 70 and 80% and not living the way I wanted to live. And this guy got tired. He started crying. He like, yo, Shaq is winning. I see the Spurs winning. I see Chauncey Billups with his new team. I see other people winning and I'm not winning and I want to be a winner and I'm tired. And I got tired, y'all, so I did something about it. I woke up every day and started grinding. I was tired. I was tired looking at my wife. My wife was looking at homes. She looked at a home that was like $50 million. Like, what you looking at a $50 million house for? She like, goals. I'm like, what kind of goals? She like, you're going to have to work a little harder. Like my wife is not on that. Like she used to be cheap. She want to hold on every dime. Now she talking about living in $50 million homes. What happened? I started giving 120. And so my wife started giving 120. She got on that new drug and she changed her diet. And now we working out every day. And it's a whole new swag. So I need y'all to do me a huge favor. I need you to get tired. You in this room. If you in this room, you feeling me like, yo, eat for real. I'm doing the 70. I know I got 120 in me. I'm doing the 80 as a real estate. Like, for real, you in real estate, right? And you looking at other people like, why they getting those checks? And like, you think they're human just like, for real. Do you know what bothered me the most? Is that there were humans that was doing this. For real, that's what bothered me the most. What bothered me the most was like, yo, I'm walking past first class. It wasn't robots in first class. There were other humans in first class. I'm like, they human beings in first class like me. Like I'm looking at these homes like, yo, they just drove in. That's another human. What's the difference between my man and me? The effort that he gives, the information that he has, the effort that he gives, the information that he has, the effort that he gives. Yep, and what I discovered, I'm gonna get off of this, but what I discovered was that you don't have to be born in a certain neighborhood. You don't have to be born in a certain family. You don't have to have a certain socioeconomic status. It only takes one thing to get what you see other people have that you want, and it's called effort.
You ever notice that? You ever notice that as we get more and more tired, mentally exhausted, as the things start to pile up, what we tend to do is we want to back up. When really the key is we need to push through. The key is we need to dig in a little deeper. We need to try a little harder. We need to knock some of these things off the list so that we can focus, so it's not so crazy. So I started thinking about that. I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? What should you do when you're mentally exhausted? You got the kids, you got the job, you got the travel, you got the money, you got the finances, you got the training, you got the coaching, you got the speaking, you got all of the things, you got the moving, you got the this, you got the that. What do you do? What do you do when you got all these things and you're mentally exhausted? You just want to lay down, you just want to crawl into your shell. You just want to crawl into your shell, curl up like do a little ball. And I know the feeling, man. I'm telling you, I share this feeling with you. Yesterday morning, I was mentally like flat. Just like, man. But there's so much opportunity. I can't say no to these things. Somebody offers me an opportunity to do a live show on a huge stage in a big ballroom. I can't say no. There's dealers out there that need my help. They're reaching out. They're saying, Glenn, help us grow our stores. I can't say no. There's people out there that want me to speak on stages and pour into their people. Kentucky Housing Authority. Judy sent me a message from Alaska. They want me to come speak out there. I can't say no. My friends need me to support them in their times of need while they're going through tragedies. I can't say no. These are all opportunities. My kids want me to be at practice. My wife wants to help with the move. Savannah wants me at the dance recital. I can't say no. These are all opportunities. I have to feed my family. I have to pour into my family. I can't say no. I have such big dreams for me and my family. And I know you have such big dreams for you and your family that you can't say no. I mean, there's only so many hours. And we can't stop time. Last I checked, I wish we could. But we can't stop time, so now what? So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to give you 5 steps. I'm going to give you 5 steps that I want you to line up, boom, boom, take notes. What do you do when you reach that point where you're just mentally exhausted, but you know you need to push through? You know you need to drive harder. You know that. You know you have these opportunities that you can't say no to, but you just want to curl up in a little ball, man. I'm going to give you 5 things you need to do. First, step 1. Step 1. We can do this one together. Step 1 together is we just need to breathe. Like for real, right now. Right now, I want you to take a deep breath. Just... You see, I want you to take a deep breath. We need to breathe. We need to get centered. We need to get centered. For some people, that looks like meditation. For some people, that's deep prayer. But we just got to breathe. Just. And I know that sounds simple. I know it sounds crazy, but in the midst of the storms, in the midst of the busy, in the midst of constantly moving, we sometimes forget to take time to just breathe. And you have to understand that as human beings, we don't live without oxygen. So if you're not taking the time to breathe metaphorically, you're killing yourself from the inside out. So let's make sure to just hold up. I know it's stressful. I know that bill needs to get paid. I know you're worried about that light fixture over there. I know we're worried about getting this thing organized. I know that we've got that problem employee that we got to deal with. And I know that we've got that upcoming project that needs to get worked on. But for just a second, breathe. Take a deep breath. Meditate, pray, stop. That's the key word. Just stop for just a second. Just not going to be for long. I know you got stuff to do. Stop. That's step 1. Step 2 is I want you to double check your morning 5. Double check your morning routine. Are you slacking on your morning routine? I want you to ask yourself, like, honestly, like, do you have your planner? Do you have your planner? Are you writing in your planner? Are you writing in your Rise and Grind planner every single day? Are you doing it? Are you writing in your planner every single day? Not some days, not every other day. Are you writing it every single day? Are you slacking on the snooze button? Have you reached a point where you're like, well, I know I'm not supposed to hit the snooze, but I kind of got a backup alarm. I got alarm number 1, and then alarm number 2 is just 5 minutes later. And sometimes I just kind of sleep through that first alarm. I don't really snooze. I just kind of sleep through it, and I go to the second alarm. Or are you maybe slacking on your gratitude and your goals? You're like, well, on the gratitude, I don't want to write it down because I kind of wrote the same thing a little bit yesterday and I want to write the same thing again. Or maybe you're slacking on the physical part, right? You're slacking on taking care of the physical. You're like, I was going to the gym every day, but now I'm going to the gym every other day. Or I was going for a run every day. Now I'm running a little bit shorter every other day. Let's be honest here. Are you slacking on touching your phone first thing in the morning? Have you gotten to the point where you're like, okay, I'm not going to jump into my emails and I'm not going to jump into social media, but there's a couple notifications and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look at those notifications a little bit. I'm just going to kind of glance at the notifications, even though I know I'm not supposed to be touching my phone in the first thing in the morning. Like, have you fallen off a little bit, maybe? Just a little bit? Because what I've learned is when things start to get really busy, it seems to be out of control, where it just seems to be a little bit overwhelming. What I've noticed is that maybe my morning routine, I'm slipping just a little bit. Maybe I'm cheating just a little bit. Maybe I'm peeking. I'm thinking, well, I kind of got this handled, so I can peek in a little bit on my phone, or I can work out not so hard. I'm working out pretty good, right? Because here's what I found. If we dial in the morning routine, we consistently do it every single day, all 5 steps. Maybe it's the sending out an encouraging message. Maybe that's where you're slacking. Maybe you're like, oh man, I don't know who to send a message to today. I'm just not going to do it today. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Maybe that's where you're slacking. Maybe you're doing the 4 steps. You're taking care of yourself selfishly, but you're not pouring into others the way that you're supposed to be. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I don't know what it is for you. But if you reach a point where everything seems to be busy, it seems to be crazy, it seems to be too chaotic, and you just are like mentally overwhelmed to where you almost go into shutdown mode, I want you to start right there at that morning routine. Let's step 1, take a breath. Step 2, what's my morning routine look like? Let's be honest. Let's smack ourselves in the face. If your morning routine is not on point, legit, right now, I'm telling you, the world will creep in there and take over. That morning routine is key. Absolutely key. Step 3, I want you to make a list. I want you to make a list by date, size, and importance. Like, for example, the launch on November 29th is huge. We have a lot of moving parts that are involved in that. And so I must get everything prioritized now, right? There's so many moving parts to this launch that all of the pieces. So even though it's not necessarily the next thing that needs to be done time-wise, it's definitely so big. It's so big in size and importance that we have to start to attack it now. See, so I want you to make a list. I want you to write out all of your stresses. I want you to write out all of your worries. I want you to write out all of your desires and all of your dreams. I want you to write it all out. And when you do, when you write all of these things out, because we try to sort them up here mentally and it gets overwhelming. When you write out everything, write it all out. Like, I need to get to the kids. I want to spend more time doing this. I want to spend more time playing games. I want to make sure that I'm involved in the practices. I've got this project coming up on Tuesday. I've got this training that needs to be done on Thursday. I've got this big project that's 90 days out from now. I've got this opportunity over here. When you write it all out, something will happen because you're smart. You're smart, and it's just like looking at a maze, right? Like if I told you, okay, here's a maze, and the maze has a wall in front, it's got a left turn over here, or you can go right, and there's another wall to the left and another wall to the right, surrounded by a little bit of a circle-type path that goes down a hallway to a wall right in front of you. Now, the wall behind you is the one wall from the one that was on the left earlier to the one on the right, but if you go down this path, you can go through a little tunnel over. If I were to describe a maze to you, It's impossible to come up with a solution. However, if I were to draw a picture of a maze for you, where you could see it, you could physically look at it, then you're smart enough to figure out the solution. What we tend to do is we tend to have all of this stuff stuck up here. We know we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do this, we got to do that. We want to do this, we want to do that. We dream of doing this, we dream of doing that. We visualize this, we aspire for this, we wish for this. All of it's up here, and we're trying to figure out the maze. I want you to write it out. Write things out by date, by size, and by significance or importance. Write them all out. So for me, I've got the live show first, then I've got the workshop. However, even though I've got the live show first and the workshop, I still have to pour into the big launch that's coming up on Black Friday. Does that make sense? And once you write it all out and you start to see a solution to the maze, things get a little less overwhelming. Step 4. And I didn't really know how to find a picture for this. So maybe you could find one for me. Actually, that falls right in line. Step 4 is I need you to delegate. Once you've written it all out, once you can see all of the things that are going on up in here that are driving you crazy, once you can figure out the maze, then I want you to delegate. I want you to hand things over. Don't be such an egomaniac that you can't allow anyone else to do some of the things that need to get done. And I need you to trust people. Here's the thing. When you delegate, do not delegate some of the work and then continue to keep checking in on it. It doesn't do you any good. If you're going to delegate the work, but you're not going to trust the person you delegate to do the work, and all you're doing is checking back in every 30 minutes or every couple hours or whatever. Did it get done? Did it done? Did it get done? Then you're not doing yourself any favors. You're just adding more stress and worry. If you don't trust the person, don't delegate it to them. If you do delegate it to them, trust that they'll get it done. That way you can unclutter and you can focus on the thing that you need to take care of, that has the most importance, the most weight, the most size. Delegate some of the work, man. This is a hard thing for me. I like to take it all on. I like to be in control. I like to be the dude in the know that's doing the thing, that did the thing to do the thing, that did the pow. That's me, right? We got to delegate. And then we must trust that our people are going to get it done. Step 5. Step 5 is I need you to pray more, man. I need you to pray more. I myself, I need to pray more. My wife and I talked about this last night. We need to pray more for peace. Need to pray for appreciation. And most importantly is we need to pray for gratitude. You see, ultimately what it all comes down to when we get to that point where we're just mentally exhausted, mentally overwhelmed, that level of fatigue comes from the fact that we don't have enough gratitude for what we've been given. I'm going to say that one more time. If you're experiencing a high level of fatigue, not physically, mental exhaustion, if you're experiencing a high level of fatigue, it's because you don't have, I'm going to hit you between the eyes right here and hit myself between the eyes. You don't have enough gratitude for what you've been given. You see, right now I'm in the middle of a busy move. I'm in the middle of this really big move into this beautiful house, and that's stressful for me. But for a homeless person, that would be their biggest dream, to be able to move into a house. Your stressful job, that's an unemployed person's wish. They just wish they had a job. Your ability to physically perform the duties as acted, to walk, to talk, to carry yourself in a certain way, your ability to perform those actions is a disabled person's strongest desire. You see, When we're not giving 110%, it's because we don't have enough gratitude for the things that we've been given. When we're exhausted mentally and we just kind of want to curl up in a ball, it's a lack of gratitude for the gifts and the opportunities that God has put before us. And that's just the truth, and that's just the reality. So it comes down to, we got to pray more. Pray for gratitude. Pray, dear God, please remind me to be grateful for the gifts. Instead of stressing, instead of allowing them to bring stress and worry into my life, remind me how far I come. Remind me to be thankful for the opportunity to move, be thankful for the opportunity to work with dealers, be thankful for the gifts that you've given me, to be thankful for the stages you allow me to stand on, to be thankful that my kids are strong and healthy, to be thankful that I have doctors to take my kids to when they're sick, to be thankful for the opportunities to go to the practices and to the receptions. It comes down to gratitude, my friend. I need you to pray more. So today I'm going to let you go. We're running just a little bit behind, but today I'm going to let you go. But here's what I want to send you off with. I want you to calm down. Take a breath. Breathe it in. Do a quick safety check. That's what I call that, a safety check. Are your systems in place? Is your morning routine in place? Is it there? I want you to write everything out. And once you do, you'll notice that it's not that bad. It feels like more than it really is. It's not that bad. You can figure it out. Then I want you to ask for help. Delegate the things that can be delegated. Ask for help from the people around you that you trust. And then pray. And then pray. I need you guys' help as we're going into this launch. And I've told you that, but you may not have heard me. You guys have been doing a great job, but I do need your help as we go into this launch. And there's 4 things that I need you to do. We're launching on Black Friday. I'm going to delegate some of these things to you. And one of the things I need you to do is invite everyone you know into the Rise and Grind group. Invite them in person, invite them through Facebook, invite everyone on your friends list. Second thing is I need you to make 1 post a day, every single day in the Rise and Grind group. 1 post, motivation, education, inspiration. Please hop in there. We need all the engagement we can get. The third thing that I need your help with is I need you to make sure to share your testimonials, your stories, any wins that you've had with hashtag Rise and Grind. Share them with me personally if you're not comfortable with sharing publicly, or post them on your timeline. Posting them in the group is beneficial as well, but post them on your timeline so people can see them and ask you questions like, what the heck is hashtag Rise and Grind? And lastly, I just need you to stay tuned because we have a lot of things going. We got a lot of giveaways. Like right now, we've got a giveaway. We're giving away free Rise and Grind shirts. I need everybody in a black shirt. So if you haven't done so already, go to riseandgrindshirt.com and get your free t-shirt. You just cover shipping and handling. My wife's actually sending a bunch of those out today. But those are the things that I need from you while I'm building, while I'm working on all this other stuff that I got to work on. Will you please help me in those areas? I'm going to trust that you will, because you, like me, my friend, are a child of God. And what I know about you is, as a child of God, you both have the ability and the responsibility to go out there and make an impact in the world. And I know you take that responsibility seriously. That's why we're friends. That's why we're friends. And see, you were uniquely made. You and I are different, but you were uniquely made to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. I'm going to work on being the absolute best version of myself that I can possibly be. And I do want you to know that your actions, though seemingly small, every time you make a post, every time you comment on somebody else's post, every time you invite someone to the group, though those actions are seemingly small, they're actually making a massive impact. It's making an impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers, and it's made a massive impact on me. And I, for one, absolutely stinking love you for it. I do. I absolutely love you. If nobody's told you that yet today, I'll be the first. Listen, if you need more videos like this, go to glennlundy.com. If you need some Rise and Grind gear, you can go to glennlundy.com. But most importantly, do me a favor. Come back here tomorrow morning. We're going to do this all over again at 5:30 a.m. on hashtag Rise and Grind. Have an amazing day today.
First thing on my mind, early in the morning time, daily motivation, feeling so the sunrise. Stepped into my greatness, feeling powerful and energized. Thankful to be alive. Hashtag blessed. Write my mission, vision, values, and my gratitude list. I'm building up momentum. I'm making good decisions. I rise, I grind, I get it. Ain't no doubt that I'm committed. Cause who really loses if I don't win? Can't cheat the grind, only get what you put in. So I'm mastering my mentals. I'm focused on my physical. I'm developing spiritually and manifesting miracles. I'm gonna get it started.